Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. SJ Porter here, the Face Brewing, up on the pool deck, picking some hops. Yeah, and enjoying a beer. So, first year growth, Cascade, Mt Hood, Chinook, and Centennial. And we're going to have a harvest of Cascade. We're going to have a small harvest of Mt Hood. And that's all I'm going to pick for right now. It is August the 20th. Also got some cantaloupes down here I need to take care of. My potatoes look real good. Garden's been real good. Been happy with the garden. But yeah, I'm happy with the first year growth of these. Mt Hood, first time growing those. They are quite beautiful. Very spiky looking cones and stuff. So we'll get into a little bit of that closer detail in a few minutes. The Cascade that I have right here, they're almost ready. I'm gonna let them go. Let them go for a couple more days. See if I get a little more girth out of them. But the Cascades look great. They always look great. And yeah, let's take these in the brewery and take a little better close look at them. It's absolutely beautiful evening here in Kentucky, Frankfort, Kentucky. Gotta love it. I mean, this weather, can't ask for much better. I'm using my vintage Pure View Brewing coaster. Shout out to Josh Hoover. So here's what we got. Some nice Cascade. You can see that. They smell really good. I mean, they smell great. Now they're definitely right at the right time to pick. These are the Mt Hood. And look at how pretty these guys are. I mean, they're very like spiky. You know, they're very, very gentle, very delicate. They have a bit more of a I'm going to say a lemonish, is that a word? I just made it up. Kind of a lemony. Hopefully I didn't pick them too soon. But I've found that over the years, with certain hops, the ones that are papery like this, all right, so we'll give you a comparison between cones. So Mt Hood and Cascade, all right. Significant difference between the two. Cascade is always a full, very hearty cone. Cascade, it's got that Lily's letting the world know. It has that grapefruit aroma to it, a little bit of earthiness. They're sticky. I mean, there's some lupulin in there. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. Yeah, you can see it. See that yellow in there? That's what you're after. That's the lupulin. That word right there. I don't want to destroy it because I don't have that many of them. But they definitely got such a great aroma, such an earthy tone to them. These have kind of a lemony aroma, which is very interesting. And Yeah, a little bit in there. You can kind of see it if I can get it up here. If you look right in there, there's some yellow in there. That's the like pollen. I mean, that's what you're after. So, all I'm going to do is take this little bit that I have here um, in this container. Probably just gonna lay some towels out here, and I'm just gonna lay them out on the towels. Um, Actually, I'm going to just do it right now. It's not that many, and I have a towel sitting right here. So, in there. That way you can see them. It might be, once it's dry, let me spread these guys out a little bit. Once they're dry, if I have an ounce here, I'll be surprised. Just looking at the volume, it might be an ounce. So, which again, I'm okay with. This was a first year growth. Fresh rhizomes. I did not bring any of my rhizomes from Pennsylvania to here. I tried to, but I plumb ran out of time. Simply put, I ran out of time. So here's what they look like laid out on the towel. So that's what they look like laying out on the towel. You can definitely see the Mount Hood versus the Cascade. They are quite different from each other. I'm hoping for some better results next year off of these. I love growing hops. I always have. Well, I mean, I started growing hops, 8-9 years ago, something like that, when I started to actually get kind of serious with the hops. My best harvest of the Marvel blend was, I actually did really good last year. Yeah, I did really good last year. I want to say my best harvest was 9 pounds. My first year harvest off of them was like maybe 2 or 3 ounces, if that even, if memory serves me. This might be a half ounce, something like that, which is fine. I have a whole container full of dried hops from the Marvel blend in vacuum packed bags back there. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'll put these together. I'm not going to be able to tell anything with these. You know, there's not enough to really say, oh, hey, this is what, the new blend is going to taste like. That'll be probably next year. Now these root bases are starting to get established. Cascade, Centennial, Mount Hood, and Chinook, which is a little bit different than what I had in Pennsylvania. I had Cascade, Centennial, Chinook, Nugget, Hallertau, and Northern. And Funkel. Those were the 7. The only ones I could tell what were the Centennial. I'm sorry, the Cascade. I'd get all kinds of crazy looking cones on those through the years. Now let them get out of hand. These are more controlled. They're in pots. So cross my fingers I can keep them controlled. The Cascade pot it's a big, nice big pot. And I know that they'll do this. And I got to it, I think, just in the right amount of time. So there's holes drilled in the bottom of that pot to allow the water to be able to run through. Well, that pot, I redid our little sidewalk over here was stones and these big flat rocks. Took them out, hated them. Just had this freshly poured with concrete. Looks great, love it. But I took those rocks, those flat rocks, and I put them underneath those pots so that the roots don't go the whole way through that pot and then into the ground, because then it'll get out of control. And the Cascade started already. The other ones were fine, but the Cascade actually already had started to get into the ground, so I had to I didn't want to do it, but I kind of broke those off. It didn't seem to affect the plant much. I mean, it did stress it a little bit, but I'm gonna let the vine on for now. I'll cut the vine down here in the fall, but right now I'll just let everything go. Just let it finish establishing. So I'll dry these, I'll vacuum pack them. I may or may not use them in something this year. I may just save them for next year and add to next year's harvest. So there you have it, folks. This is my Homebrew Wednesday for this week. Hop picking, way easier. And the other thing is, I'm going to keep these controlled. They were out of control in York. Holy crap, they were out of control. But it is what it is. These are very controlled, so it should make picking a lot easier. My thought process, anyway. This is SJ Poor Little Face Brewing. Enjoy the fruits of your labor, folks. Brew beer. Brew wonderful beer. Cheers.